Notice of this meeting has been provided to the Co-Star, the official newspaper of the Borough of Belmar, and the Asbury Park Press on December 2nd, 2020. A notice of this meeting was posted on the bulletin board of the municipal building.
Well, if everybody could join me in saluting the flag of our great nation. Everybody could just remain standing for a moment of silence for our troops, their families, all our first responders. Thank you. Okay, proclamation on Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Council President One, would you take that?
Yes, thank you, Mayor. Whereas National Breast Cancer Awareness Month educates women about the importance of early detection for breast cancer. Since NBCAM's inception, mammography use has doubled and breast cancer death rates have declined. Still, many women do not utilize mammographies at regular intervals. Whereas, in recognition of the fact that mammography is the best available method of detecting breast changes that may be cancer long before physical symptoms can be seen or felt, and that breast cancer deaths could decline further if all women age 40 and older receive mammograms at regular intervals. Whereas October 2021 marks the 37th anniversary of National Breast Cancer Awareness Month, which is dedicated to increasing awareness of breast cancer issues, especially the importance of early detection. Now therefore be it resolved, the Mayor and the Council of the Borough of Belmar, County of Monmouth, State of New Jersey, do hereby proclaim October as National Breast Cancer Awareness Month. All women and their families in the Borough of Belmar, County of Monmouth, and State of New Jersey are urged to get the facts about mammographies and breast cancer detection.
As everybody could see, we painted a pink line up on Main Street, and we have the pink flag flying. So, yeah, we want to really, it's a great cause, and everybody should be involved in it. So, all right, moving on to workshop. April, we have anything? I don't think we really have anything on workshop this meeting. Petitions?
I have no petitions.
Okay, thank you. And approval of minutes.
Can I have a motion to approve the minutes of the September 21st meeting?
Motion.
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Thank
Reports of council. Councilman Brennan.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I just have, well, really my big thing is Wednesday, October 20th, 9 a.m. on the boardwalk down by the 10th Avenue Pavilion. We're going to be starting our planting project. We started posting on social media to let people know. You don't have to be there at 9 o'clock, whatever amount of time you might have to contribute. I'm anticipating we're probably going to be done before lunchtime if we have enough volunteers. That's what happened last year when we had a huge amount of plants last year. We have fewer plants this year, but we're going to do more length along the boardwalk. So it might be a little more spread out. One little wrinkle, if you have milkweed seed pods, you know what I'm talking about? Milkweed seed pods ready to pop, and you're going to volunteer, or even if you're not going to volunteer, just bring them down. We'll toss them on the sand. Milkweed will grow on the sand, but you can't transplant a milkweed plant. We've tried a million times. It just never works. We're trying to encourage pollinators to grow on the beach along with shrubs and grasses to make the sand stay in place and protect our boardwalk and the structures on the west side of Ocean Avenue. The only other thing I wanted to put in my report is if you get a chance, we're voting on a resolution tonight for special events. And I'll tell you what, I read through this resolution of all the things that we're going to be voting on, and it brought a tear to my eye. It's the seafood festival, the farmers markets, you know, the tree lighting, the menorah lighting for Hanukkah, San Gennaro, all of the kind of events that I've loved about Belmar since I've lived here. It made it great to raise my family here, and it's one of the things I've really loved about our town, and I'm so happy to be able to vote on a resolution like this tonight. And that's the end of my report.
Thank you. Council President Juan?
Thank you, Mayor. Tom, I have to agree with you on this resolution. When I saw it, I was so happy to see the seafood festival, all these wonderful things. It really was exciting. Yeah, everything. It's going to be a great year. Wonderful. We have started the Monday game day. We started last Monday at Taylor Pavilion, and also for the coffee, morning coffee, which will be held once a month. They've already started. And we had a nice response on Monday for game day. It was really great up at Taylor. So that's underway. Had an ADA meeting last Thursday, and I have two things here for you from our meeting that are going to be held at the library. One is the elder caregiver. Her name is Kat Verdi, and she's already had a couple of meetings, but it's pretty important. It's senior living health care and transitioning, and I think people who have elder parents or friends, this is really very informative. It's going to be Wednesday, October 20th, 6 o'clock at the library. And there's also Tina James, who's an attorney and an advocate for disability. This will be disability law for families with special needs children, which is also an important topic. And this will be, next meeting will be Wednesday, tomorrow, Wednesday the 6th at 6 o'clock at the library. And there'll also be one on Wednesday, November 3rd at the library. And that's it for me, Mayor.
Thank you. Just a few things I have. Dine and Discover is this Sunday. It's a great event. It really showcases our town, and it brings people in for our business community who really need it because of the pandemic. So if anybody could join us on the Dine and Discover tour, I know tickets are on sale. You can just go to our website and purchase tickets. But that's this Sunday. We got a couple trolleys running around and going to all the restaurants and showcasing our town. So if anybody's interested in that. The other thing I want to bring up is we're going to start slowly trying to do the senior lunches. But the first one is going to be October 14th. And what we're going to do is Mary Bravazan has come up with an idea to have coffee and wrapped pastries so that you know, we're going to see how many people feel comfortable being inside and starting to gather as a group. You know, I know everybody has a different comfort level. We're still in this pandemic, so we're going to try it out slowly before we get into anything with handling food or anything like that. So I think that's 11 o'clock on 14th, right? It's 11 o'clock on the 14th. So any of the seniors, or if you know any seniors that want to come down and they're comfortable with coming to the Taylor Pavilion to start that, I think that's a great thing for the seniors to start getting together along with game day. We came out, and it's been a long time, and I have to really commend our business administrator, Ed Kirschenbaum, for this, applying for these community grants. It looks like we won't know for officially till tomorrow, but it looks like we've came out fourth in the Monmouth County Community Grant, which we put in for doing handicap sidewalks in the plaza and fixing up all the sidewalks and curbing in the plaza. And it looks like we're going to get $135,000 for that. So, and I want to thank him for all that hard work that he did, because it's been a while since we ever got it. And business administrator, I forgot about the other grant, but what's the other one we're looking at?
Whenever we have a storm, we always plan for a state of emergency so we can be compensated by the federal government. Ryan DeLay and the Office of Emergency Management work well together, and we're going to report that we're going to get, from Tropical Storm Isis, August 4th, 2020, we're going to get $28,715.31 back based on the equipment and the manpower we utilized during that time. So we're getting money in now. I just signed a formal project form today, so we're going to recoup all that money.
Oh, great, good job. All right, and that's, I think, all I have on my report. So we're going to go to public session on any of the resolution items. All right, April, seeing none.
Can I have a motion to close the public session?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Can I have a motion to approve the resolutions as listed on the consent agenda?
Motion?
Second.
Okay. Councilman Brennan?
Yes.
Councilman Vaughn?
Yes.
Mayor Walsifer?
Yes.
Next is second reading and public hearing on ordinance 2021-31. This is an ordinance amending Chapter 25, setting regulations for the demolition of buildings. If anyone would like to speak on this ordinance, please step forward, state your name and address.
Yes, Mr. Kramer.
Yeah, Eugene Creamer, Fourth Avenue. I'm all in favor of setting up rules and regulations for demolition of buildings in town here. I do have one question here, though. It makes reference to rid the premises of infestation of vermin and rats. I guess my question is, does vermin include cockroaches and termites? I'm sorry, but vermin's not a regular part of my vocabulary.
I don't think we've changed that part of the ordinance. That was in there. I know the part that we're changing is that they have to wet down so it stops the dust from flying around. And the other, and because of what happened at 11th and B, once they start the process, they have to be finished with it in 30 days. So that it didn't start, and there was a big problem, and we had half a house down for almost the whole summer. So we added that part of the ordinance, but I think the part that you're reading has always been in there, so we're not putting that in. That was just part of the ordinance, so.
Yeah, I was going to say, but maybe somebody can answer my question. Does vermin include cockroaches and termites?
I would say no, only because that portion of the ordinance was already in there, but now I do see the ambiguity. I would say vermin would mean something that's more synonymous to a rat, that's not specifically a rat. So say, I don't know, I'm going to shoot from the hip and say there's like raccoons and possums living in the rubbish. They would have to be cleared from the property in a timely manner.
Yeah, okay. I guess the reason I'm asking that is that actually in my neighborhood, we had a demolition of a home. This is a couple of years ago now. And they did the usual things. It was a two-story wood frame building that 1934 vintage. And I think it probably would have fallen down by itself if the termites stopped holding hands. And what they did was the demolition, the contractor took, he took all the metal out of the building, piping and that sort of thing, and then came in with a long reach claw machine and essentially just pushed it down into a pile and then drove over, matting it down. But the material sat there for better than a month, I can say that much. And we had a real turn to the weather where it got warm. And the termites swarmed, and I mean, and then, of course, they blew across the street over to where I live. And I was just wondering, in that sort of situation there, and I often thought that, how do you actually handle a situation like that? In my opinion, that sort of demolition should have been fumigated first before even coming in with a wrecking ball.
Well, as far as being fumigated, that would be the contractor and the individual who is actually demolishing it, making sure that they comply with all regulatory standards. But as far as the rubbish laying there for over a month, which was part of your example. A portion of the ordinance, as it's been drafted, is intended to try to avoid that situation. That's why all demolition would have to be completed within 30 days, but the contractor or the individual demolishing the property does have an opportunity to receive a 30-day extension if they can demonstrate in writing to the applicable official that the delay in the demolition isn't a result of their own inadvertence.
Okay. Look, I would feel better if this did, instead of just using the word vermin, made some sort of reference to insects, because at least I see that as a threat, and we do have some demolition that's going to be happening, and actually ongoing here in town. Most of the jobs that I've seen, they seem to do a very good job. But for some reason, the material in this particular project sat there for a period of time. Had they gathered up and trucked out and taken it away, I think we would have been a lot better off.
I understand.
Okay,
Thank
that's
you.
it.
Okay. Anyone else? All right, April?
Okay, can I have a motion to close the public hearing?
Motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
And can I have a motion to adopt the ordinance?
Second.
Okay, Councilman Brennan?
Yes.
Councilman Juan? Mayor Walsifer?
Yes.
Next is first reading and introduction of ordinance 2021-32. This is an ordinance amending Chapter 20. This is for first reading and introduction. Do I have a motion to approve? And a second?
Second.
Okay, Councilman Brennan?
Yes.
Councilman Juan? Mayor Walsifer?
Yes.
That's it.
Okay, we're on the public session. Anybody has a question for the council? Yes.
Thank you, sir.
Name and address, please.
I'm sorry, say again?
Name and address.
Dolphin Michelini at 67 McKinley Drive in Ocean Township, 07712.
Okay, go ahead.
Name?
Dolphin, like the animal. My question is regarding the Dempsey Park skate park. I was wondering if there's any progress on that, if there's any plans to open it or do anything like that.
Well, we're in a lot of discussions over it to figure out how we're going to move that forward. I'm not sure if you're aware of it or not, but our insurance company basically forced us to close it because of the disrepair. The insurance company is basically driving it because since that skate park has been built, probably almost 20 years ago, there's been a lot of regulations, and you have to bring it up to the standards of all those regulations, especially for a municipality. And so we're trying to figure out, we brought in a couple experts on how to do it correctly so it could be insured correctly, and we're working through that process. Of course, everything, it costs a lot of money, and that's one of the things we're looking at for budgeting for next year. We don't have money to budget for it this year, but we're coming up on 2022, so it's one of those things that we're going to be looking at. I don't want the skate park to be closed. I know a lot of people use it, but if we can't get it insured, the municipality can't be liable for anything that happens down there. So that's where we're at. I know there's a lot of concern about it, and we're trying to, I know our business administrator had meetings since our last meeting with a lot of people to try to figure out, what we're going to do with it and how to get the money and how to fix it. There's a couple of people that wanted to raise some fundraising and do some different things, and so it's on our radar. We're trying to figure out what to do with it and how to get it back open. But that's all I can tell you now, is that we don't have the money to put out right now because of budgetary items and constraints that we have, but we'll be looking at trying to get it budgeted for next year.
That's really good info. Thank you for that. Thank you for sharing all that. I'm very interested in participating in the process as much as I can as an involved citizen. Can you recommend any ways that myself and my neighbors and my peers can also get involved?
Well, I know there was talk about doing a lot of fundraising and a lot of different things like that to try to get it. You know, it all boils down to a lot of money. So,
Right, yeah.
you know, and you know, if we had the money to put into it, it could be open soon. But the problem is that we have a pool of money and all these different things happen, and so it is on our radar. I know our business administrator's been in deep talks with a lot of different people on how we can get it back open. So that's all I can tell you now. There's nothing concrete in place right yet. But as soon as there is, we'll make the announcement that we're going to be working that way.
Very excellent. Yeah, I'm glad it's on your radar, and I'm looking forward to all the progress. I know that there are a lot of people from this town and from all over the tri-state area and beyond that are really interested in coming back and visiting, you know, just for the skate park. So between, you know, like commerce, driving up commerce, and also you know, providing a place for, you know, the young people and all the citizens in this area to meet up and participate in the community together. I think it's also really important. So I'm looking forward to any more progress. Thank you for sharing, and yeah, I'll hope to see you all soon.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you so much, Mayor.
Anyone else? Yes. Name and address, please.
Good evening. My name's Anthony DeVecca, and I live at 60 Main Street in Toms River Township. I was just curious if any of the other parks in town have ever been closed down due to like an ongoing lack of maintenance. Because I know this park was built 10 years ago. Clearly, there's not been maintenance done if it's gotten to a point where, you know, the
Well,
insurance wants to close it down.
I could tell you firsthand that that's not true. There's been a lot of maintenance done to that park, a lot of maintenance. The ramps have been redone, and there's been a lot of maintenance to that park over the years. So it's not that we're neglecting it. It's just the insurance companies, because of the litigations that's been happening down there, and they come down and take a look at it, and they're not going to insure it until it's brought up to the standards that they want it to be. You know, we are a municipality. We're not a private entity that we can go out and get insurance elsewhere, so we have to listen to our insurance people. We cannot be out there without liability insurance on it. So that's the reason why it closed, and we're working closely with the people that are involved in skate parks and trying to get prices and trying to figure out how we can bring it up to the standard that it needs to be in. So, but as far as maintenance, I could tell you firsthand, we've had a lot of maintenance on that park.
Yeah. Does the GIF that insures the Belmar, are they the same ones that insure other like the Monmouth County Skate Park that they just built? Is that the same GIF that insures you guys?
I can't tell you that, because our insurance broker and the insurance professionals that we hire, and I don't know which GIF they're in. There's a lot of different GIFs around the state, but I'm sure that they also have towns that have skate parks. So they're the ones that are controlling it, and they're the ones that say you got to bring it up to the standards in today's day and age, like everything else. So we've had a lot of litigation down at that park, and they said it's going to be closed until it's fixed the right way. So that's where we're at.
I've been in contact with the Tony Hawk Foundation, and based on the median income of the town, I'm pretty sure that the township would be eligible for a $25,000 grant. I know I talked to the business administrator the last meeting. He said he's done a lot of grants. I think it would be good for the town to apply, because $25,000 off the get-go can go a long way.
If we can get it, we'll definitely apply.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure that it's based on the median income in the town, and I think based on the census that I read with the U.S. Census Bureau, I'm pretty sure that you guys would be eligible. So that could be something that could,
We'll take a look
help
into it.
kickstart the program, an extra $25,000 towards it,
All right, good. We'll take a look at it.
Thank you.
Okay. Anyone else? Tom?
Tom Volker, 527 8th Avenue, Belmar, New Jersey. First, Mayor and Council, I want to thank you for opening up the Taylor Pavilion to seniors. And I, for one, appreciate it. I'm sure
It's been
others
a long
do.
time coming.
In a separate issue, the plans for the train station, do you know, there was a problem on the northbound side where the wiring had come loose. Now I'm talking about 2 years ago, 3 years ago. It may have been fixed, Ed, I'm not sure. But if it isn't, if you could include that, because the pigeons bombard the people that are sitting in the seats. You can just see their evidence, if you go over there. It was corrected on the southbound side, but not the northbound side. So if it's been done already, I haven't been on a train for a couple of years. So if it's been done, thank you. If it's can be looked at and decide if you got enough money for that, I think our visitors would appreciate it. Appreciate it.
You're talking about for New Jersey Transit itself?
Yep.
I'll give them a shout. We'll take a look at it, see what's going on down there.
Okay. Thank you.
sir. Thank
All
you.
right. Thanks, Tom. Anyone else? Yes, Maria.
Sorry, I'm short. Hi, I'm Maria Rondinaro, 1246 Pine Tree Way. Today, the residents of Belmar all received a code red about the no-knock registry and how people can apply for that. What wasn't mentioned on the code red was what it exempted, which is members of religious groups and political action groups who appear for those purposes. And I am wondering whether you can make that correction now, since we are in the middle of an election season, and it feels very suspect with the timing that we would be giving stickers that say no knocking during this time of our election.
We'll put out another code red message because you're 100% correct. I didn't even see the code red that went out, so we'll make that correction.
Thank you, because otherwise it does seem like we're suppressing voting and communication
No, that's not what we
with
wanna
our
do.
residents.
That's
Okay,
not
thank
what
you.
we want to do. Okay. Anyone else? Yes.
It's not really a question.
Name and address, please.
Sure. Jane Salmon, 1613 Route 71. It's not really a question, it's so much a statement. I just wanted to reiterate, I'm from the Friends of Belmar Skate Park, an advocacy group for the skate park and the skating community in and around Belmar. And our community of skateboarders consists of children, our neighbors, and business owners in and around the area. And we're not a small group. Our social media following, we have nearly 500 members. I just wanted to, reiterate that and let you all know that we do have lots of support.
Okay.
Thank you.
Anyone else? Yes, Kyle.
Kyle Rizzatello, 14th Avenue in Belmar. First, I'd like to say thank you for getting the pink line and hanging the pink flag, because I myself am a, 21-year cancer survivor.
God bless.
I'm glad that we're starting the senior gatherings slow, small, because we have to look out for the safety of the seniors.
Absolutely.
So that I'm glad to hear. When it comes to the tree issue that I had with my house, Eddie already called me and spoke to me and said that would be taken care of soon. I'm glad about that, and he also updated me about the one-way.
It's coming.
Okay?
We got them on it.
Thank you.
Okay. Anybody else? Yes, go ahead.
Myself?
Yeah, go ahead.
Just another follow-up question. I was very interested in hearing about the Tony Hawk grant. And if I do my own research and I find some more grants, is there a good place that I can submit those?
Just send it to our business administrator, Ed Kirschenbaum at belmar.com. So.
Thank you
yeah.
so much. All right.
Yeah, send it right over. We'll
That's
take it.
perfect.
We'll try to apply for everything that we can get.
Oh, awesome. I'd love to help in any way I can. So I will talk to you soon. Thank you so
Okay.
much.
Great.
Hello, Mike Suhaki, 112 18th Avenue. I have a question about the water bills, the multifamily water bills, and I know you've gone over and discussed it in previous meetings, but I was not here. I just got my water bill today, and it's just under $300 for the quarter, and that equates to $1,200 a year. I was paying $89 a quarter, so it more than tripled. And if you have, 2 bathrooms, 2 residents, 3 bathrooms, 3 residents, that's less than some of these houses that have 5 or 6 bathrooms. So I just don't understand
You have
the
a
reasoning for it.
multifamily?
Yes.
Multifamily, yeah.
And since I bought the property and put in low-flow shower heads, low-consumption toilets, I haven't hit the minimum of 5,000 gallons in 20 years. So I don't see the justification for it.
So if I may, because we are in receipt of these billing issues, we are reviewing it right now, and because the bills were just issued and we are in the process of still vetting everything out, it's not necessarily appropriate for the council to make any comments until we review everything from top to bottom. So it is on our radar.
But it has a usage calculator on the bill. It knows how many gallons you have. So what's the difference between 3,000 gallons on this property that has 3 bathrooms and this other house that has 5 bathrooms, and they have 3,500 gallons?
I understand your concern. That's why we're in the process of
Do you know
reviewing
when it will be
everything.
resolved?
Hopefully, we'll resolve it by the next council meeting.
Because
But
there
that's
was
being cautiously optimistic.
There used to be a surcharge, and I know that was halted, but that surcharge was less than what it is now.
Mhm.
So you said next council meeting?
I'm
The only
cautiously
thing
optimistic.
that I can say about it is because of the multifamily units, there was litigation with some of the bigger, when we finally put the water rates into place and tried to make it fair for everybody, the single-family units, and to try to make it fair because some of these big units with a lot of units only had 1 meter, and to make it so that everybody was paying their fair share, some of the multifamily ones, because of the litigation, we had to put, each unit that you have pays $88, but with that unit, they get 5,000 gallons for free. So, and it was based on all the major units like Marina View Towers and some of the big apartment buildings that they had all these units with 1 meter. And then when we started to look at single-family residents compared to what they were paying and to try to get them to pay, and what happened was a lot of these multifamily smaller places got caught into paying $88 because of the litigation on every one of their units. And I'm right along with you because I own some units in town myself. So I've seen the increase in costs, and it's one of those things that you're passing it along to your tenants, but to try to make it fair for everybody without raising the rates high. Some of the smaller places, I guess like yours, that have multi-units, had to pay $88 for every unit, and that come out of litigation. So, but we are talking about it. I know Patrick didn't really want me to get into it too much until we looked at it all, but we are going to look at it all and see where we're at. So hopefully by next meeting, we'll have an answer for you.
Okay. I separated the plumbing 20 years ago to have separate meters, and I decided against it because it would be triple the price. And it wouldn't be worth it because I wasn't even hitting the 5,000 gallons. Now I get 15,000 gallons when I'm using 4,000. It just doesn't make sense. And I understand the big units like Marina View Towers and some of these other places that have 15 bathrooms and stuff. But I think it really should just be usage. Whatever you use, you pay for. There's excess above 5,000 gallons. But I appreciate you guys looking at it.
Okay. All right.
Thanks.
Thanks. Anyone else? All right, April, seeing none?
Motion to close the public session and adjourn.
Motion. Second.
All in favor?
Aye. Thank you for coming out, everyone.